On today's Active Self-Protection Extra lesson, I'm talking with Cecil Burch about close contact handgun skills and the mistakes people make. Let's talk about that. So this is my friend Cecil Burch, and Cecil is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Megaton Diaz.
Yep.
And a Pan Am champion, an American champion.
American
national champion. Dude knows the snuggle struggles. Got his stuff together. Also a Rangemaster certified pistol instructor.
Yep.
And can shoot. Now let's be real. I beat him last weekend.
Here we go. You beat me at the instructor course by 1 point.
By 1 point. So I got to get my stuff in when I can because he'll choke me out later. Friends, this guy's a bad man. Listen to him. So we're here this weekend right now we're at Megaton Jiu-Jitsu, and tomorrow we'll be out at Cowtown Range doing handgun skills. And Cecil and I were talking, and when you're talking about close contact handguns, now we're not talking about people at 2 arms lengths, we're talking an arm's length to 2.
Yeah,
right?
essentially that kind of that gray area between, it's not the entanglement. We haven't gone there yet. We still have a chance to keep it from going there, but it's not, we're way out there and we've got plenty of distance. It's that really foggy gray area.
Right, so it's not we're rolling around on the ground getting the crap beat out of us.
Not yet.
But it's not like, oh, okay, we're driving the gun out and doing our thing.
Yep.
So what are the biggest mistakes that you see people make in that kind of environment when you're doing training for immediate action combatives?
Anytime you're working that range, it's always, we've got this weird thing that we back up. We always back up.
Why do you think people do that?
I'm not quite sure. I think it's because it's the easiest panic reaction that people have.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you touch a hot stove, you're backing away from the threat. I think it's just the easiest thing. It's the same thing. People who go to the ground, when they find themselves on the ground, they always go to the fetal position. You know, again, I think it's that instinctive thing.
But the problem is like, okay, if you back up and somebody's got a gun, well, okay, if they shoot you from 3 feet or they shoot you from 8 feet, it doesn't matter. You're still shot.
It doesn't matter.
So of course we've been working all night on getting around the threat, right? Using our arcs, getting around, and I can't teach you that here in a video, guys. You got to get to a class for that, right? That's the first mistake.
It's hard. That's the number one, the most consistent that you'll see every single time when people start doing this. That's a consistent.
All right, what's number 2?
The extending the arms inappropriately. Because a lot of times what we're doing, we're talking about that gray area. It's not quite, we aren't the entanglement yet. We haven't made that attachment.
Right.
But we're not so far away that hey, no problem.
So we try to put that barrier out.
We're trying to put that barrier, and either it's because we're putting our hand out or we actually have the gun out. We're going to see a lot of that tomorrow. We're going to get a lot of guys doing this.
And getting a gun taken away.
And it's like, oh, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Or they'll get a shot off, and now because the guy's hand's there, the gun jams because the slide doesn't reciprocate properly.
Right.
And you go, oh, it's a piece of crap gun. No, it's because something got in the way.
Well, and if he's this far, we're 1 arm length away, and he starts pulling a gun, and I go to push my arms out, he just takes a step back.
Exactly.
And you know, I can't stop that anyhow. So putting my arms out like that gets me in trouble in that scenario.
You know, you're always reaching, and then you give a guy something to attach onto. It's easier for him to grab, and you lose your leverage, your strength, your ability to fight back.
Yeah,
it's here.
Arms, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's here.
Yeah.
You don't push something here. You're pushing here. So again, that's instinctive thing. Get away from me. But it's the wrong thing. Gun in hand or not.
Yeah. So number 1, we talked about people backing up. Number 2, we say that they stick their hands out. Number 3,
it's the combination of verbalizations and the physical movement. That's what kills people. It's very easy because both actions are fairly simple. You know, you can have a very simple tape loop of I'm going to say this,
no thanks.
this. Yeah, exactly. No thanks. You have these very simple things, and the physical actions are pretty easy. Don't let them encroach, move this way, etc. But as soon as we put those two together, everything falls apart.
Now we have a cognitive load. Now we got to start thinking of things.
Right. We don't have one thing. We have 2, 3, 4, all these things, and they all have to be working at that highest level, or the everything falls apart.
And I'm telling you, here's the thing that I noticed tonight was that, okay, I train more than most, right? And so, however, if someone else is paying attention to me and they go, hey, John, did you see that you put your arms out? And I go, no, did I? And they go, bro, you really did. And I go, okay, I did. I didn't want to. I knew better than that, but I did. I had one of my partners tonight. You can start your arc whenever you want because I'm backing up. Seriously, I backed up all the time. There was nothing I could do about it. I was like, no, move to the side, John. Hey man, it's cool. I don't want to be something. No, man. This is really, seriously.
Well, here's the thing, though, but that's the thing. We all make these mistakes. You have to be doing this kind of, you're not going to figure it out on your own. I can't figure it out on my own. I can't tell you how many times. So I've been doing jujitsu, hardcore, with Meg, 24 years.
Wow.
I'm still making these stupid mistakes where literally he goes, why did you put your hand down? I didn't put my hand there. Yes, you did. So
I just watched you.
I just watched you, and that's why he passed your guard. And I'm like,
this is the value of instruction, right? Of having somebody who's farther down the road to do that.
And that's ideally, that's what an instructor should be doing. Sure. Is, hey, do as I say, not as I did, because look how many mistakes I made along the way.
That's wisdom.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wisdom, is using someone else's experience instead of moving around the circle. And same thing, so when it's one thing, well then you're cognitively thinking about that rather than stopping the threat, and that can be a problem. So I think that's the value of these kinds of classes. Do you do these just in Phoenix, Cecil, or do you do them around?
The start was here. Doing Close Contact Handgun, my traveling road show has a tendency to be more, less live fire centric.
He's known for jiu-jitsu,
and, the clinch and standing striking stuff. So I do a lot of that. Not as much live fire, but the live fire here started here. But I'm getting a lot of people around the country now starting to go, hey, that's kind of interesting.
Hey,
we could do that. What does it take to bring me out here? So maybe I'll start traveling with it. It's not a very difficult class to move. It's not like I need a ton of stuff. I got to bring a box of UTM guns.
Guns, helmets.
Yeah, helmets, and that's, so it's not too bad. So hopefully in the near future we'll start moving around. But we try to do 3 to 4 a year here locally.
Nice. So guys, I've told you this many times that a quality class by a national level trainer isn't as much as you think. I paid $279 for this weekend's class, and that includes my UTMs on the range. I gotta bring my own ammo. That includes tonight. That's 3 hours on Friday night, 8 hours on Saturday.
Actually, we're probably gonna go 9 hours.
9 hours on Saturday.
To go a little bit longer.
So I mean, but so what I'm saying is we got 3.5 hours tonight, 9. So I got 12.5 hours of training out of $279 with a national level trainer. So guys, listen, I take this kind of stuff. I can't recommend enough that you do too. So Cecil, thanks for putting this class on, bro.
Oh, you bet.
And I'm having a great time learning. This is the kind of stuff you learn in class, everybody.
Exactly.
Well, and so, okay, listen, I get it. You know me from YouTube. I get it, right? And I value YouTube. But there's limits to what you can learn on YouTube. YouTube is education.
Absolutely. I love YouTube. I've got my own channel. It's a great place to be. But you have to physically, number one, you've got to physically do the work anyway. And number two, we have a tendency to not know what we're not doing or what we are doing we don't think we are. Right. And it's where you need a training partner, you need a coach, you need somebody to go, dude. Yeah, and you can film yourself, use coach's eye or whatever.
Sure.
And those things are great, but still, it's different than an instructor who's made all the mistakes, who's seen it and goes, I wouldn't do that because of this. Oh, okay, great.
So a great example of this, we were at the Range Master Instructor Conference this last weekend. I shot pretty well. I mean, I feel like I hung with everybody. I mean, it's 50 of the best instructors in the nation in firearms, some really good shooters there.
Oh, yeah, really.
And I shot in the same bay as a bunch of really great shooters, Kirk Clark in particular, Spencer Keepers, right? And I shot really well. And at the end of the weekend, I got a message from Spencer. And Spencer said, John, you shot really well. I'd like to talk to you about a couple things that I see.
Yeah.
Now listen, that dude won the top award for the weekend, and so either I get my ego involved and I go, dude, I'm pretty good, or I go, teach me.
Right, exactly.
Teach me. And that's the value of a coach, somebody who knows what they're doing, who can sit with you, who's not about how you suck, I'm better than you, but who's willing to coach you. So get to a class like this, you guys.
Kurt came to a class I taught in Bastrop, Texas, last January. Came as a student, trained, and then Saturday, after we took a break before we went to dinner, I said, I'm gonna get you on the line, I'm gonna shoot, and you tell me where I'm making the mistake. Because he's a phenomenal shooter. I'm gonna learn from that guy, and he told me, oh, watch this. He gave me a great tip on cadence, and I'm like, I'm so much better because I'm listening to somebody who's better than me at that kind of stuff.
So whether it's a class like this, like Close Contact Handgun, or a class that is just shooting based or whatever, guys, please hear me. Make 2018 the year that you get to a class. And I can't tell you enough, if you get the opportunity to train with Cecil and Immediate Action Combatives, I didn't get paid for this class. I didn't get a comp for this class. I dropped my hard-earned dollars.
That teacher's an idiot. Boy, he's a jerk for not comping.
No, you know what? Listen, I've said this many times. There's a difference, and there's a thing that says, no, man, I put my hard-earned money there.
I think you do. I think it does mean more. Like when you say, I paid for it, I'm doing this class, I put the money in. No, I'm not getting comp for this. I'm here out of, I've given up my weekend or my days, and I'm doing this because that's how important I think it is. I went to Rangemaster, the conference last week. There's $350 in airfare,
right?
$200 for a rental car, $200 for the hotel. I'm paying all that because I got a lot out of that weekend. Yes, I was embarrassed and shot crappy on one state, but exactly. But I got a lot out of it, and you pay for it. And so when I say, hey, I paid for it, and it's yours. It's yours instead of, you got it, whatever.
So hear me, guys. Go take a class. Make it a part of your lives. Have a great day.